Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Alexandra Hartman. I'm the Senior Associate Director of International Admissions at Nova Southeastern University in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm going to take a little bit of your time today to talk about our programs. We are a private selective research university. We are located about 40 minutes north of Miami, all the way in South Florida. So a little bit about NSU. We have about 5,400 undergraduate students and about 17,000 graduate students. Today, I will focus on the undergraduate students in our undergraduate programs. Now, we are actually top ranked by Use News and World Report, as well as Forbes. We actually, since we are a private research university, we have over 225 research projects going on campus right now, and we are one of only 50 universities with the Carnegie Foundation classification for high research activity. Now, we are a very diverse campus. We have students from every state in the United States, but we also have them from 100 different countries. Myself and my colleague have actually attended some of the college fairs in Istanbul, so we do have some students from Turkey that we are very open to connecting you with if you want a little bit more of a personal connection. Now, one of the best things about NSU for our undergraduate students is that every single student that comes in actually gets a dedicated career coach for 4 years. One of the advantages of coming to the U.S. is that you do not need to decide or know what you want to study when you finish high school and come into the university. That's why the students will get an academic advisor to help them choose out of our hundreds of class offerings, and that dedicated career coach to talk about different careers that are out there, even maybe careers that the students have never even thought of. We do assessment tests to see what students might like to study or what they might be really good at. It's also a place where we can help students develop a resume, a CV, and even coach them on how to do interviews. All that is combined with real attention and a personal touch from our faculty. Our average class size is only 17 students, so we do not have large classrooms or large amphitheaters. This is really the environment where the student will know their professor, they will know their classmates. The classes are very interactive, so we do not have the type of campus where 500 students in a classroom listen to a professor from really far away. Again, this really provides us that personal touch so that the faculty can also be a great guide for our students. Now, here are our areas of studies. We have over 50 undergraduate degree programs. These are some of our top colleges. Most of these colleges do offer graduate programs for anybody who is interested in our graduate programs. So we do range from a bachelor's degree to master's to doctoral programs. We do have MBA programs. We have graduate programs in computer science, engineering, and IT. We have a law school. We do offer all the way up to a master's program in education. We do specialize in the health sciences. So we do actually have we have 2 medical schools in osteopathic medicine and in allopathic medicine for the students who want to get either an MD or a DO degree. Our top program on the undergraduate level is biology pre-medical. Right after that, we have marine biology since we are so close to the ocean. 10, ocean is a big theme with us, so we do like to say that we are an ocean of opportunities. As I mentioned, that one of my favorite things is that every student gets a career coach for 4 years. That is all part of the EXCEL program, Experiential Education and Learning Department. That is where the students will get assigned their coach who will guide them through their 4 years, where they have to actually fulfill certain requirements. And those requirements can either be a study abroad opportunity, an internship opportunity, or a research one. So every student has to do one of these or all 3 of them. Anything to really beef up their experience, make them a more well-rounded person, and develop that curriculum CV. Study abroad opportunities are extensive on campus. Students can choose from just going abroad for a week with a professor to do some community service, or they can decide to go somewhere around the world for an entire semester. Now, we do understand that the students coming from Turkey might think, well, we're in the US, we want to stay here. Well, this is an opportunity for you to go to a different country completely. We have students doing study abroad in Ecuador, in the UK, in China, in Australia. And again, it's either for a week or for a whole semester. So we can set that up for our students. Career development. This is where we can offer over 1,000 different internships every year. We also offer opportunities to shadow professionals. We do really feel that students will really understand what they want to study and what career they want to pursue when they actually get that real world experience. Now, not only is this real world experience, but it does give them that networking connection for a potential future job employer. And again, this is a nice addition to somebody's resume. For any students who are interested in research, we have anything from anti-cancer therapies going on to coral reef restoration, to business analysis, to even brain experiments happening on campus. So it's a wide range. And because we are such a big graduate school, who of course do extensive research, that research is open to our undergraduate students. So some of our features are our honors college, of course. It's where we ask our students to challenge their mind with exclusive honor courses and faculty mentorship. So this isn't any college that's specifically harder, but it does kind of give them a little bit more of that personal attention, a little bit more of opportunities to do internships or practicums or attend certain conferences, and it does actually come with an extra $500 scholarship. Now, this is specifically for our top achieving students. The Razor's Edge Scholars Program is a co-curricular program where we require our students to live on campus for 4 years, where we combine the academics and a particular interest. We have 5 tracks, either in global, which is related to anything international affairs, research for any of those students who really want to get into that research for their 4 years. Shark Talent is for any of our performing arts students, anybody who can dance and sing, play an instrument, or is an artist themselves. We have a track in leadership for anybody who wants to have that high position one day. And we have Shark Teach for our aspiring teachers. The Razor's Edge Scholars Program is one of our most popular programs. As I mentioned, the 5 tracks, we have 20 students that we accept into each program every year. And this program does come with a $23,000 scholarship every year. Now, as I mentioned, we are we have a very big graduate school. So we actually offer dual admissions programs as well. What that means is that our students right after high school can apply to our undergraduate programs to get their degree, but they can also apply to our graduate programs right away and get accepted. For example, we have students who are 18 years old who just absolutely know they want to become doctors. They can apply for dual admissions as long as they meet the requirements and go through an interview process. They may be accepted into both our undergraduate pre-medical program and to our medical school already. So by the time they finish, they will just have to meet the education requirements to get into medical school, but they have a spot reserved for them in our medical school. We are one of the very few colleges, universities in the USA that accepts international students to our medical school. And as I mentioned, we have 2 of them. We also have programs in law, in our business school, computer science engineering, nursing, psychology, teaching, pharmacy, physician's assistant, and so forth. We have over 30 programs that accept our undergraduate students into a graduate program right away. The Fischler Academy is for our aspiring teachers. We have a really great program where you can actually get a bachelor's degree and a master's of arts in teaching in 4 years instead of 6. But the best part of this is that we guarantee a job in South Florida by the time you graduate. And yes, this does also apply to international students. The Huizinga Business Innovation Academy is similar to Fischler, but this is for our business students, where you can get a bachelor's in business and an MBA in 4 years. This does also, both the Fischler and Huizinga Academy is very intense, and it does require students to take classes over the summer. What's amazing about both of these programs is it comes with a $19,000 scholarship. And in this particular business program, you will actually get up to $20,000 in startup funds upon graduation for you to start up your own business. These are all a series of our premier programs. So these are the steps that you take. These are only available now for fall 2021 candidates. Unfortunately, the period for fall 2020 has already passed. So for any of our juniors out there who are in their grade 11, this is still an option for you. The next steps would be to apply to the university and then submit a second application, which is going to be the premier program application. And the third step would be to attend an interview, either to come to campus or the interview can be done by Skype. As I mentioned, these are the Shark preview events. They go from January through April. This was from our fall 2020. As you see, the last one was April 9th and 11th. So we have passed this for anybody who's interested in fall 2020. But for anybody for next year, this is absolutely something that you can explore. So a little bit about living on campus. The majority of our students do live on campus. We have really amazing, beautiful residence halls. We have a cafeteria on campus offering 3 meals. The evening is actually buffet style. We have Wi-Fi all over campus, a laundry accessibility in every building. We have community kitchens for those who are in a residence hall that doesn't have a private kitchen, and study lounges are available all over campus. Students are allowed to have a car during their freshman year, and we do offer free parking on campus. This is a little bit of an idea of what our residence halls look like. The top one, the Leo Goodwin Hall, is for our freshmen or first-year students. It's a triple occupancy, so it's 3 students in one room, 3 desks, and they get to share a private bathroom. Every single one of our suites or rooms actually has a private bathroom. Students do not have to share a bathroom with a hallway. The Commons Residence Hall is for our upperclassmen and for our Premier Program recipients. So anybody in Razor's Edge, Fischler, or Huizinga Academy gets to go into the Commons Residence Hall even their first year. This is what we call suite style. So this does have a private kitchen, a private bathroom, and 3 of these rooms are actually singles. Now, to be able to be flexible with cost, we do offer one of these rooms to have a triple, which definitely decreases the cost for those particular students. Welcome to Shark Nation. So our mascot is the shark. It is a very active campus. We have over 120 clubs and organizations, and 99% of our students do participate in some sort of club, a sport, a pre-professional organization, or attend one of our many sports events. We are Division II sports. So if there are any aspiring athletes on this webinar, my recommendation would be to ask yourselves if you are already competing on a national level, and if you are registered with the NCAA. That would be the first steps. The good news about being part of our competitive sports team is that we do offer full scholarship for those. But again, you'd have to be registered with the NCAA, and you have to be competing already on a national level for you to be considered. Now, we have several sports on campus. We have our Division II sports, which are competitive, but we also have intramural sports. So if you just want to play for fun, if you want to do football, soccer, or use our tennis courts or basketball courts, we have several students who have teamed up to just get together once a week to play these sports for fun. For anybody who is interested in American football, our official American football team are the Miami Dolphins, which is the national team. And we actually do offer free tickets to those games if you really want to get immersed in that American football experience. Now, in terms of our clubs and organizations, we have anything from a cappella group, Model UN, debate team, dance team, all the way to pre-professional associations like the Pre-Med Club, the Business Club. We also have ethnic group organizations. We have the International Student Association, we have the Middle Eastern Club, we have the Saudi Club, we have the Latin America Club. And if there's any club that you think is missing, all you need is 3 friends to start up a brand new club. Now, our tagline, being in beautiful South Florida, is that we offer 150-degree programs and 80-degree winters. Now, this is Fahrenheit. This is about 28 degrees Celsius. The average temperature throughout the year is pretty much around 26, 28 degrees Celsius. It is the type of place where you can really wear your flip-flops and shorts almost the entire year. There's maybe 2 or 3 weeks in January that get a little bit colder. And when I say colder, I mean maybe 12, 13 degrees Celsius. So if you are a warm weather person, this might be the place for you to be. We have 3 major international airports within 40 minutes: Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. And we are, the campus is a little bit west. We are about 15 to 20 minutes away from the ocean shore. Now, Fort Lauderdale is a great place to be. NSU is very committed to community service and giving back. A very important thing about higher education in the U.S. is that, yes, academics are incredibly important and we want you to get your degree, but we want all of our students to be really well-rounded. That's why we offer things like the career development and internship opportunities and research, but we also offer a lot of opportunities to do community service and give back and get involved in the community, become a leader in a nonprofit. Broward County, which is where Fort Lauderdale is located, is one of the has actually one of the biggest number of nonprofit organizations in the U.S. It is a very giving community, and we love for our students to get involved. Some of them actually do spend a semester, a week during spring break, where they go to New Orleans and build some houses. We have some students that just went to Peru and did an experiential trip there. We have students who went to Ecuador to do some medical help to some underprivileged students. And then we have some students that are helping right within the Fort Lauderdale community. In terms of scholarships, we are relatively generous. Every student that applies to NSU is automatically considered for the Dean's Scholarship, which is anywhere between $5,000 to $19,000. That is determined on the student's grades in high school and if they have taken the SAT or the ACT. The Razor's Edge Scholars Program, Fischler and Huizinga, which are 3 of our premier programs that require an extra application and an interview, they go from the $19,000 to the $23,000 for every year. Now, we do offer a full tuition opportunity. It's the Presidential Scholars, but this is by invitation only. So those are for our top students who have very high academic grades from high school and have very high scores on either the SATs or the ACTs. They will be invited to interview for the President's Scholarship. Again, it will either be during a Shark Preview event on campus or by Skype. We do offer around $41 million of scholarships almost every year. So here is an estimated cost, but I'm actually going to break it down a little bit more. So the estimated cost here actually is right now for the year 2021 is $33,430. Now the average room and board, which is basically the average cost for a bed, a room, and all the meals on campus for the 8 to 9 months that students live on campus. So it's almost around $49,000 if you include all of the fees. If anybody would like more details on cost estimates and cost pricing, you are always welcome to get in touch with me after this webinar. To give you a little bit of an idea of what our 2019 freshman class profile looks like, the majority of our students do range around the B+. We had 14,000 applicants and we had about 1,500 incoming freshmen. So international students, actually, we do not require you to take the SATs or the ACTs. However, that does and can help with an increase in scholarship money. Now, 60% of our students do come from Florida, and we have about a 5% international population, which is about 400 undergraduate students. And then the rest of them are coming from outside of Florida in the U.S. Now, I do want to be very clear that we are still accepting applications for fall 2020, which starts end of August. All you would have to do is go either on our website and apply there, or if you are familiar with the Common Application, At this point, we are accepting copies of high school transcripts. You are free to email them to me. And again, if you have taken the SATs and you've gotten over 1,000 on there, or at least a 19 on the ACTs, you are welcome to send them in and see if it helps with scholarship money. Otherwise, if you are still interested in applying, just email me your high school transcripts and an English proficiency, like the TOEFL or the IELTS. We are a school that accepts Duolingo, if any of you are familiar with that one. It is actually an online English test that you can take from home. I'm aware that all of the testing centers are closed around the world now. As I mentioned, SAT, ACT are not required, but the English proficiency would. So if anything, you can take the Duolingo exam online at home in your living room. Letters of recommendations from teachers and essays are actually optional. Deadlines at this point have been extended and we are very flexible. We just want to make sure if you are interested in fall 2020 that you send everything in as soon as possible so that whenever the embassies open up that you are ready to go and get that student visa for the end of August. And that is it for my presentation. We really hope you guys check us out on social media. Our students are obviously not on campus right now. We're all working from home, but our students are still really active on our social media. If you want to see a little bit more campus or connect with our students, that would be amazing. I'm going to give you guys a really quick tour of campus just so you can kind of see what that looks like, okay? All right, so this is actually the entrance of campus. This is the Horvitz Administration Building, which is actually home to academic advising, where students choose their classes. It's where our career development offices. If students want help with internships or jobs on campus, international students are allowed to work on campus 20 hours a week. It's where you can pay your bill. It's where the International Affairs Office is for any visa questions or study abroad. This is actually our Office of Admissions, where if you do come, hopefully I'll have a chance to meet with you there. Now we're headed out into the center of campus. Right in front of us is actually a beautiful lake where some students actually do a little race for fun. Straight ahead was our library. So this is our gold circle. Now I'm going to take you guys into our law school. As I mentioned, we have a pre-law program and we also have a law school. Now, students are allowed to go into any building they want. They are all filled with study lounges. The law school actually has its own library. We have mock trial classrooms in here as well, and a really great little coffee shop as well. This is our Carl DeSantis building. This is kind of what we call the business school. Even though if you're not a business student, a lot of classes are taken in here. It's really big for networking. There's another career development office in here as well. And this area actually hosts several events for student recognitions, and even career and job fairs happen here. Straight ahead is our performing arts department. We have several events happening here, graduation, award ceremonies. And again, as you can see, our building, our entire campus, we're talking blue skies and palm trees. All of our buildings are very fresh, new, and modern. This is actually our library from the front. We have one of the biggest libraries in Florida. It actually is a public library and is 4 stories. We have an amazing writing center in here where if you just don't know how to write and finish your paper, you can make an appointment with them and they will help you out. Computer labs are here, as well as printing and the technology center. This is our big quad where we have lots of student clubs and organizations host their events. And then here we have our bookstore where students are welcome to buy their books, buy little snacks, and even t-shirts on campus. This is the Louis Parker building. This is actually home to all of our science labs for any of our biology students. This is the flight deck. This is part of our university center. This is where students can hang out. It's our pub. It's our restaurant. Students can enjoy some time outside playing some games. Take a little look. And now this is the other side of our university center. Straight ahead, you see our shark fountain. People love taking pictures here. This is usually where students like to hang out. It's kind of the fun spot. It's actually where we have our gym. It's 3 floors. We have a climbing wall. You have to climb it before you graduate for good luck. Plenty of sports on campus. We also have an amazing aquatics pool for leisure. Being a lifeguard actually here is one of the most high-paying jobs. It's actually $12 an hour. We do have an entire area for cardio, and we also have an entire floor for anybody who wants to do weightlifting. So again, this is a nice amenity for all of our students. This is the Rick Case Arena where we host all of our professional games, our commencement ceremony, open houses, and it's just home to some of our great champions. The Rosenthal building is actually the first building on campus. It's home for our student leadership and civic engagement. So anybody who wants to get involved in community services here. Right before that is actually our Starbucks, which is open 24/7. The Student Affair building is probably building number 2 on campus, also a little bit older, but it's housed to our student orientation. It is home to our tutoring and testing center if anybody wants any specific special accommodations for tests. It's also where our media is and our radio on campus, actually. Now, to go into our residence halls, just so you have a little bit of an idea, Leo Goodwin, this is where our freshmen reside in. So this is basically our lounges where students walk in. All of these are completely secure. This is a look for the triple. To be quite honest, it looks bigger in person than it does on this webinar. So every student does get a desk, and around the corner is the private bathroom. Real quick back into these guys here, just so you see what the commons looks like. This is our quad. There is barbecue and beach volleyball out here. And this is an example of one of the triples in one of the quads. Air conditioning, of course, Wi-Fi, television, all that is available to our students. Now we're going to move into our health professions. Now, as I mentioned, it's one of our biggest areas, medical, dental, pharmacy, nursing. So we do, this is more for our graduate students, but since we do have a lot of students that apply to our dual admissions to actually get into this, so you can see some of our simulation labs. This is actually the entrance and actually has showcases a lot of really old medical supplies. This is our nursing simulation lab. So we do have the fake dummies. We also have one that actually shows a real live birth. This is our physical therapy lab. And then in the HP Annex is actually for our aspiring nurses as well, and the exercise and sports science lab. We also offer athletic training since we are a big sports school. Everything is very hands-on learning with us. We do have a clinic on campus. If any students want to make an appointment with a doctor, this would be the place to go. This is our Center for Research. It was built, it's brand new. I mean, this was built maybe 2-3 years ago. This is one of the places our undergraduate students can conduct some serious research. All right. And now, as I mentioned, marine biology is our number 2 program. Now, we do have the oceanographic campus, which is about 20 minutes east, right by the ocean. This is where our students do the coral reef restoration. This is where they can go shark diving. A lot of these classes are held here so that students are looking into the beautiful ocean as to what they're trying to preserve. There is a shuttle, a free shuttle that students can take there. They will drive them there on a regular basis. And that's pretty much it. That concludes the tour for today. Thank you all so much for joining. I am open for any sorts of questions. You'll all get my contact information after this as well if you'd like to set up a one-on-one or have any other questions that come. I am available on WhatsApp and email. Thank you so much.
Alexandra, thank you very much for the tour and as well as for the presentation. I hope that it was beneficial for all the students. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Bye.